How is it going? Hopefully well. Hopefully you guys are having a good weekend. Just wanted to show you a quick chart on Bitcoin of what I've been looking at. I was waiting for an area to breach on the 61.8% level back to the upside, but it's tested it a few times and I'm not liking it to where I think it could ease a little bit lower. But I just want to show you a couple things here real quick. Chart is the Bitcoin against the dollar. This is a Coinbase chart. The only things I have on here, we're going to look at the daily and then I'm going to pop over to the monthly. But on the daily here, I just got some Fibonacci retracements I wanted to show you, and then the ADX just to measure the trend momentum in the market. That's the black line down here, and the other ones are the directional index lines that are plotted against it. On the daily here, this leg up from the low at 9100 up to the high of 12.3. We worked our way down. It was this level, the 61.8% level. At first it was the 38.2 and I was hoping it would hold. It tried, it bounced, but then it kind of failed as the momentum for the bears started to pick up slightly. It's not real great, but it's enough to push it lower. And now we're at the 61.8% level of 10.3 and it busted through here on this large red candle to the downside. Tried, hit resistance, tried, hit resistance. I really wanted it to close yesterday above that area of 10.3. I was looking at like 10.450 would be a good number to be, but kind of tested, but kind of failed. And now we're on today with a red candle to the downside. Even though there's not a ton of momentum, I don't. Once you break this 61.8% and it holds as resistance like this, you're real likely to have a full retracement back down to the 9100 level, which we've hit a couple times down here. But one thing, if the momentum is this starts to drop toward the 9100 and we start to get some momentum behind it, this 8200 or this 127% here on the daily is around 8235, and that would be something I'd be concerned with, is if momentum built as the 9100 is tested. So that's something that we're going to have to keep an eye on pretty closely. But let's flip over to the monthly. Let's flip over to the monthly. Now that my cursor's working, here we go. Hopefully you got all that without the cursor. Let's flip over to the monthly here. Let's see. Hit the monthly. Let's clean this up so you can see what the heck we're looking at here. Let me get rid of the near term here. One thing I'm looking at on the monthly, let's bring this down, is, long-term bullish trend, of course. But as we break down here, the 61.8% level of, when you're looking at monthlies is at 84.47, which, when we're looking at on the daily over here, that's kind of an area to be concerned with on the downside here of this leg that we're looking at over, this is a 3-month period, but a little bit of a correction here. This 8400 completely makes sense for it to happen. Now, momentum on the long term is still with the bulls because there's still a long-term trend. So this indicator is really not that great for the monthly. But flipping back to the daily again, just keep in mind that that 9100 level is the level to kind of look for, and let's watch to see if momentum builds as we get closer to that 9100. But I have a feeling we could slip down there. Could be wrong. Hopefully we launch up out of here. But right now it looks like really it's really kind of looking at consolidation with a slight downward slant to it. So I wouldn't be surprised if we kind of went sideways and worked our way down to 9100 before we popped back up. But let's keep an eye on the internal momentum and we'll go from there. See what happens. All right, everybody have a good rest of your weekend. Everybody, peace out. Happy trading.